Flash is back, and I can't begin to describe how happy I am to have some of my favorite shows back. Season 1, Episode 10, entitled Revenge of the Rogues. Great title. This episode, it begins with, we see Barry Allen training and trying to get his powers to be stronger, to be better. He's trying to enhance his abilities. Pretty much because he wants to prepare, he wants to be more ready for his next encounter with Reverse Flash. And I like that he's dealing not only mentally with Reverse Flash and how powerful this guy was, but he also feels like this is the biggest threat that he'll ever face. And Harrison Wells, it looked like he was this close to getting out of his wheelchair to protect Barry, which I find fascinating because we saw at the end of the mid-season finale that Harrison Wells is Reverse Flash. And the fact that it's his idea to want Barry to train and become better and stronger. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what his plan is, what his plot is, what he wants to do. I'm still fascinated with the character. I still love to see him, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So it's not like I'm frustrated. I like trying to figure this out. My guess maybe is that if he is Reverse Flash, or if he has been to the future and maybe he's faced Barry in the future, and maybe he couldn't beat him, so now he's come to the past and he wants a second chance to fight Barry, to fight the Flash, but he has to make sure these certain things happen in order for him to become the Flash. I mean, I'm totally spitballing, I'm totally going on a tangent. I didn't even mean to do that, but it's fun to speculate what this guy's story is. Now, as far as the actual villains of this episode, we have Captain Cold, who's back, and his new partner in crime, Heatwave. Now, these two actors, I have read that they both were on Prison Break, that TV show. I'd never watched Prison Break, so it didn't really mean anything to me. But I'm sure for fans of the show, and probably for these actors, it was cool to be back together and playing villains like this, more over the top. But you could tell Heatwave, that character scared me. He was so psychotic, so crazy, so unpredictable. Their plan, I liked how it was mostly just like, okay, let's cause chaos. Let's cause some crimes to not really get the police involved. No, we want the Flash to show up. Just that's how we can get to him. Made sense. It was smart. It was quick and it was easy. But thanks to Harrison Wells' advice, Barry never went after them, never took the bait. And that just pissed Captain Cold off even more. And we came to a point at the end of the episode where he just kidnaps Caitlin. And I guess it was a way to lure Flash out in the open to the public, finally reveal him to the public. That, again, I liked. I liked that he said, okay, Captain Cold, he said, all right, this other stuff wasn't working to draw him out, so let's expose him. Let's kind of mess up his plan, his whole identity. I like that Cold was getting to him on a different level, while, of course, wanting to kill him. The Eddie Thorne character, I want to talk about him because there's so many theories floating around on who exactly he is, what's his connection to Reverse Flash. I know something was there from the mid-season episode where they were face-to-face and Reverse Flash didn't do anything to him. I just can't really figure it out. I don't know if there's some relation or if there's something to do with the future. I have no idea. Again, it's stuff that I love trying to figure out, trying to read the character. I'm paying more attention to him now than I ever have before. Him and Iris are moving in together, so that's interesting. They're taking that next step. And the whole Iris and Barry thing, sure, it's awkward between them, but I mean, I've never liked Iris more than I do right now. I like that she's not being mean to Barry. She's not sort of blaming him or just going to create an argument out of what he told her. I like that she is genuinely confused and she really doesn't know what to make of it. You could say she's dumb for not being able to read the signs and tell that he liked her all of these years. Even her father saw it. It's not like she can just try to be his friend. I like that she's not just trying to force the friendship on Barry, knowing that that would be too awkward for him. It's just, there's something about the way she's playing it, and especially where they left off at the end of the episode, I enjoyed. Now, that brings me to not only my favorite moment in the episode, but I think I can officially say that he's my favorite character on this show, Joe West, the father. I like him a lot. The actor's great. But the scene where he kind of sat Barry down and talked to him, had a heart-to-heart, and just, wanted to help him out, wanted to figure out what was going on between him and Iris. It was so obvious. And I liked when Barry said, "I told her." His first reaction was, "You told her you were the Flash?" Like, he kind of freaked out. And Barry was like, no, not that. Which made me think, yeah, there's so many secrets going on. It's like you have to figure out which one and which character knows what. That scene, it's funny how all the action going on, all of the comic book superhero stuff going on, it's the character stuff. The scene where the least action happened, it was just two characters talking from the heart. That was my favorite moment of the episode. The funniest moment of the episode was Cisco. Cisco, who I don't want to say he's hit or miss, because he hits more than he misses, but I'm sure there's some people who might think his character's a little annoying because he is so goofy and stuff. But the scene where he was at the police station and he was giving the rundown of sorts on the specially made shields, and the way he was like holding the freeze gun instead of like wielding it around, and one of the cops had to like put it down for him. It's just, he was very goofy, but in a funny way. So I like that. Now, I like that Caitlin has her own subplot going on. I like that it's obviously connected to her fiance, and she's researching the Firestorm stuff. Barry helped her figure out that it's actually, it stands for something, and so she was looking into that. So I'm super curious to see where that goes with the professor that she found out about. Now, like I mentioned before, she gets kidnapped by Captain Cold and Heatwave, and I still can't figure out why. And you could say that, oh, it was just something to make it personal for Barry, to make him really want to go after these guys. Okay, but they could have kidnapped anybody. It's a little too convenient to say that, oh, they just saw her walking to her car and chose her. Even that moment when Heatwave says to her, "You're friends with him, you know him," and I'm thinking to myself, how do they know that? I don't know. I maybe I missed something. I don't know how they know there's a connection between Caitlin and the Flash. Even Eddie said, why would they want to kidnap somebody like her? It's just, they even addressed how weird it was, but yet they still did it. And so I resist that. It's a little too convenient, but I did like the Dark Knight-like scene where Captain Cold sends in or he's live on the news with the videotape of him recording himself, and Caitlin's in the background, and he says, "Oh, if you don't come out, people will die." It's like, yes, totally that Joker scene. And then the ending, when Captain Cold and Heatwave are being sent to prison, even though I didn't watch the show, sure, even though, what can you do? I don't know what their relationship was on the show. I still found it amusing to see them two being put to prison. I'm like, hey, maybe this is how they get that. Maybe this is how Prison Break starts. Joking. But then Captain Cold's sister shows up to help them. I was a little annoyed that they didn't show her. They didn't show what she looked like. It just, the episode cut off, and I said out loud, no! I wished we would have seen her, but it's nice to know that these guys will come back as villains. We're not done with them, because I liked them in the episode. I liked this episode a lot. Obviously, there was so much going on, and I cannot wait for next week's episode. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you saw tonight's episode as well. What did you think of it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Arrow tomorrow.